until it's too late before you do that. Unfortunately, if you say that maybe I didn't have enough money, that's not a reasonable excuse, okay? Because they are not looking at anyone's pocket. So what if you apply 1 year later and so I didn't have money last year, so I'm applying today? It wouldn't work. So there are other excuses that can count as reasonable excuse, but it's only accepted after 14 days of the 60-day period. In my opinion, I would say don't allow the 14 days to pass. Sorry, the 60 days to pass. See a legal advisor, see a lawyer to advise you on what to do rather than waiting because there is no money. Okay? Because the worst that could happen to anybody is that you allow your leave to remain to expire before you apply. That is the worst thing that could happen to you. So I think that could go into that advice. Coming back to yours, Omega. So the issue is there is a wife and husband, dependent and main. I mean, anything happens in
we are human beings. We are human beings, so there can be a conflict. There can be a misunderstanding. You know, most of times people come to this country like they are back home. They are living it as a husband and her wife, living there, having a very happy family.
Yeah.
By traveling to the Europe, America, Germany, whatever UK, it becomes another story.
Yeah.
Because of some small issues, money. Now, someone was saying that since he came where is a husband, the husband is the main applicant. He has never set eyes on that man. Asking about this dependence, what he's going through now, thinking about renewal, thinking about job and all that. The dependents most of the times get a lot of job and do it, but the main applicant, that's the problem where it lies. The question is, I haven't seen my partner since we go here. The effect of renewal.
Okay, so Harry, and I think there is another lady who just joined. Yeah, we're discussing issues around immigration. We are discussing sponsorship license, skilled worker category, any other immigration matter that anyone would have or ask questions about. We give a fair and candid opinion or answer to that question. And if we believe that it's a complex matter, we ask such a person to book an appointment so we can have a very dedicated discussion with them. And so that's what we are here for. We are also, thank you, Uncle Dennis. I'll be reading questions. Someone said that can a skilled worker holder apply for part-time job in any work? Before we said that if you're a skilled worker, you can apply for part-time in any work. You can apply for part-time in skilled worker categories. Okay, jobs that are listed on the skilled worker category. Okay, so as a matter of fact, you can apply to any other area. It can be IT, it can be construction, it can be bricklaying, it can be there are thousands of jobs. I wish I could link it. Okay, I could link all the category of jobs you can apply. There are literally thousands of jobs. Basket weaving, pot making.
That's why always you have to put your TikTok account, because I want the followers who are following my page to get your TikTok account. That most of times people just go into a stress where they don't know where to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you can, as I said, from next week we're going to put this website. We're going to launch this website that will allow all migrants who are trying to get sponsors in any other field, okay, whatever field you want to get a sponsorship in, you can easily go to the website, search the category you want. If it's nursing, if it's IT, if it's whatever, you click on it, it will show you all the sponsors in that particular field in your location, so you can apply to them. So if you're a teacher and then you're looking at educational institutions within your area, you can go to this website and do that. We're going to launch it at the end of, close to the end of this week. if you can follow me on at Clement Rekun on TikTok. So
at Clement Rekun.
Yeah, at Clement Rekun on TikTok. Clement Rekun on TikTok, or you can follow King's Court Law on TikTok. And if you launch it, you can see it, because what we do is that once we launch it, anyone can get a notification and can either download them or try to keep them at a safe location where they will be able to get these things. And this is free of charge. I mean, it took a long time and a lot of money to do that, but I think it's going to help our community. So that's why we're doing that. So doing that, we asked a few questions. Someone said, can you throw more light on the e-visa and how one can migrate to it? So yes, the government is launching or has launched this e-visa. That is allowing people to migrate to a more digital system. So now you know that if you're going for if you are being employed, if you're going to seek for work, they ask you of your share code. Okay. So now, currently, an employer can accept your BRP as a proof of your residency. There is no breach in that. From 2025, January 1st, 2025, the employer is not supposed to accept your BRP as proof of residency. They can only accept your share code. So the Home Office is generating a system called the e-visa, okay, that will migrate all your BRP information on that system. So once it migrates the BRP information on that system, if you're going to wherever country you're going to, you don't need your BRP anymore. If you're confronted by the police, you don't need your BRP. All you need is your date of birth, your name, and your address. It will pop all this information up. Okay, so it's a very
it's like a
cardless, bookless, whatever.
Nothing.
Yeah, it's only digital. So that is a good system that the Home Office is trying to do. So how do you migrate to the e-visa category? So the system is still in process. Okay. They are only publishing it so people would know. However, they've not effectively set up the system. We, as a law firm, we have over 2,000 clients who skilled worker migrants. But then Home Office will send us about 2 or 3, then we can update it for them. That's how it works. So I think at the end of August, Home Office is going to launch it big so that everyone can do it. Okay, can migrate to that particular system. It's an easy process, very, very easy process. All you need is your BRP and your card number, your email address, and your passport. So what the system does is that it links your BRP to your passport, okay, and then your email address.
If you link to your workplace.
No, the workplace will come in later, so that if you want to be searched, the Home Office wants to search for you, they type in your passport, current passport, a link to that BRP number. They type in your BRP number, a link to your passport, and they have your email, so they can communicate with you at any time. So that's how the e-visa works. Okay. So
don't forget to share the page. It's an educational platform, or Sign Omega on Facebook, or Sign Omega on TikTok, Kojo Isaac on TikTok, Clement Reku at Clement Reku. That's the main lawyer account. You have to subscribe to that account. Whenever you have any immigration issue, KCL, King's Court Law, they bring the law to your doorstep because they are expert in immigration law. Okay.
Yeah, so next always, yes, you ask the questions. If your company is giving you 20 hours, are you able to renew your COS? Yes, you're able to renew your COS. The number of hours the company gives you has nothing to do with the renewal. Okay, your renewal is your personal thing. Okay, the flaws of the company can never impact you until the company's license is revoked or cancelled. So if, for instance, you work 20 hours and you want to travel to your home country to do whatever you want to do and come back, yes, you can do that. So for us, you are still in employment. That is more material to your stay in the UK. So that's the question. That's the answer to the question. Someone is saying that, okay, let me go to that question. Yes, someone asked whether or not, so they applied, they were given 60 days to leave the country. They applied late, and therefore, unfortunately, they can't renew. The Home Office would not accept that as a reasonable excuse, in my opinion. So, on that basis, what are they going to do? The answer is that it will be better if they have to leave the country. If they've not overstayed for more than 3 months, they can leave the country and apply from back home. But mind you, if you're applying from back home, the COS would not work because the COS is a defined COS. No, the COS is undefined. Okay. They gave the COS to him when he was in the country. So if the main applicant can switch, the dependent can go back home and do so. However, if the main applicant cannot switch because they also applied outside the time frame, then it will be better for them to get a COS, a defined COS from the employer. Then they can go back home, apply, then they can come back. Okay, that will be lawful. Yes, that's the way out. Sometimes if you try any other way, your life will be messed up for about 20 years without any solution. So it's better at this time around going back home and coming back. And it's easy as ABC. Anyone who's done that with us had gone back and came back safely. If it's not possible, we'll not tell you. Okay? So that's what I always advise people. It's very difficult for especially Ghanaians and Nigerians to go back home. Yeah. But then that is the best way, to do. So normally, you can come for advice. We can advise you, look at other alternatives available.
On internet, they be a catcher there. It's a immigration issue. Immigration lawyers are Ghana for Nigeria for even where Indians for Juma or your King's Court law. Bibia no adibia here we immigration issue be and Sadeba or your lawyer Clement. One of the best immigration lawyers in the country. One, as far as I may be concerned, no. On internet, they be no, no one say adagel. Yeah, I be no, on your be motono on your wakasa, or iska and orgy. But on them, they yet the Ghana community, yet the Nigerian community, yet the West African community, no. We just come here and then we tap a mind. In Nyama, we see Oguna Junumu. Yeah, into the good questions all about no. Facebook your Sahin Omega, TikTok your Sahin Omega. But to me follow at Clement Rekon or TikTok. Question bia ipebiano. Eme de famowa mintuma answer. Fafa Clement Rekon nebisa no question. Oye Ghana ye lawyer oba no mwaze papa. Obi o maboko kuhun botu £100. But yeah, no, your platform na yeah, no, they be a member no, and no, you be church, ye no mo, warma wabano, into no, me pada, you second video na, eba share me wun ye bia, ukite COS by, when ye be, obi o mo lusu, or she dem, obi o mpo by baby, or one, who can ye be our ni na advice or what, ebe KCL for, what one more paying, because she be a while now.
Okay, quick one. I think Kwaku do good. Say, after the program, you can get onto my TikTok platform and perhaps I can discuss things with you personally there. I think the question you're asking is that the main applicant has switched. It's an advice to all of us. So you're in the country. Yeah, you're in the country with your wife or your partner. What happens is that you're given 60 days to switch. Your wife made an application, you made an application out of time. In these circumstances, the main applicant has got some leave to remain or has applied within the time frame. If the main applicant make an application on that basis, normally on that skilled worker category, although you will not be allowed to switch, the children are able to. Okay. Sometimes children are given the benefit of the doubt because obviously they don't have the right to switch for themselves anyway. So that is how that works for the children. But I'd ask Kweku Good to get to my TikTok handle
at Clement Reku.
At Clement
Follow.
Reku. So once you get there, we'll be able to advise you and assist you with whatever you want to do. I didn't get a question right. I thought that the main applicant and the dependent both have not switched. In that category, you would have to go back home and come back. But I think main applicant was able to switch, and then the dependent had the difficulty. So we can go back to that later on. Great one. So, brilliant. So let's go to which question. So we have part-time job. I've answered that one. If you have a skilled worker visa, you can what can you do? You can you can work on a part-time job in a skilled worker occupation.
Okay.
There are hundreds of occupations. Trust me. I mean, we are not looking enough. I think perhaps next week or any of the week that we are available, I would have to prepare all this in a PDF format and send it to you. There are thousands of jobs on the skilled worker category. Okay, we can look at one occupation code, 5449. 5449 is just one occupation code. Okay, it's written skilled worker, not elsewhere classified. That is one occupation code. So if you go there, the list of things you see can be wig maker and a guitar tuner, something like that.
Yeah.
But if you open it up on 5449, there are about 100 occupations in that one, including people waving baskets, making toys, making whatever. Wow. There are a lot of things. So there are, even in that one single occupation code, you can have about hundreds of jobs under it, and there are over 200 occupation codes. So you're looking about thousands. So don't just sit there and say, okay, can I work in this area? Can I work in that area? You see skilled worker people working in a warehouse, okay? But the category of warehouse employment is not skilled work.
Okay.
So if you're a warehouse operative, which is picking and packing, they don't classify it as a skilled work. But if you are a warehouse operative and then you you are given a position as a stock controller, which is picking things and keeping them in the car or driving, the logistic people, it's a skilled work. Okay. So it depends on how they put it. So there are a lot of people, especially maybe Romanians, Polish and stuff like that, that we assist to get skilled work to work in a warehouse. In that way, they are not warehouse operators. They are called logistic clerks, logistic operators, giving a name that befits that particular job role they are doing. So if someone asks me, oh, can you use skilled worker thing to work in a warehouse? The good answer is no. Because if the warehouse is picking and packing, you won't qualify. But if you have an enhanced role in the warehouse, then yes, you can use the skilled worker to work in a warehouse. Because those category of jobs are also on the skilled worker category.
Okay. Let me ask this question because it's a question which is bothering a lot of people. I'm a nurse in Ghana. I finished my nursing school. I've been in nursing hospital, and then I got opportunity to travel to UK. Now, we have a lot of nurses in this country, whom these nurses, they were nurses in Ghana, they were nurses in Nigeria, they were nurses in Cameroon and so forth. They come here and they end up care work assistants or whatever. What are the advice for these people?
So the advice,
because they are in professional, they are very proper nurse, trained nurse.
Okay, so if you're a trained nurse, any category of nurse that gives you a diploma or a degree, particularly from Ghana or West African state, qualifies you to be a nurse here. The route is not, because you're a nurse in Ghana, you qualify to be a nurse here. There are certain procedures that we'll have to go through. And I'm sure that once you're a nurse, you'll be able to follow that particular procedure easily. There are 2 exams or 3 exams you have to write. First of all, if you're a nurse and then you came to the UK to work and then you are given a job as a care worker, fine, accept it, work with it. However, you can progress by making an application to the NMC, Nursing and Midwifery Council.
NMC.
Yeah, NMC. So with that application, what you do is that you apply for a provisional PIN. Okay, to work as a nurse in the UK. And in the provisional PIN, they'll ask you to write your English language. Okay.
Apart from the IELTS you write in Ghana.
Yeah. Sometimes they allow the IELTS or they allow certain English language routes, but they have their own special English language. Okay. And that you have to write. Once you write that one,
I think this one you have to dig in and then explain to people, because honestly, we have a lot of nurses who have been stopped and then they don't know where to go.
Okay. So most of the nurses who are stuck perhaps will still know this material or still know this thing that we're talking about. However, the overview is that if you go online and you search for, the situation you are in, for instance, if you're a nurse and stuff like that, the procedures are there. 1, apply for NMC provisional. 2, you do your they call it CBT, computer-based exam. It's not easy, but then you can pass. Trust me.
Once you put everything is not easy.
Yeah. So you do your CBT. Once you do your CBT, and then you can do your, they call something OSCE, Objective Structured Clinical Examination. So you do that one, and then I think once you pass that one, they'll give you be qualified. They give you the qualification to become a nurse in the UK.
So that you can practice.
You can practice. So once you pass your English and CBT, you can start applying to the hospitals, because they know that all you need to do is your OSCEs, and then they are happy to take you on. So when you're applying to the hospitals, you apply as a healthcare worker initially, then you can pick it up from there. So that's what I advise a lot of people. A lot of Indians that came to this country as skilled workers, and they started doing this in 2022, last 2 years or so.
And some of them are.
Yeah, they are nurses. Within 6 months, they are gone. Within 6 months, they are gone. So it's a good thing. You don't have to be stuck. You don't have to feel lost and everything. I know that with nurses in the country, especially from Ghana and other African countries, they feel stuck. Yeah, they feel stuck, and then they feel like there's nothing they can do again. And once you feel stuck, that's the end of your life. The point is that you should still keep moving. Sometimes it's very difficult to even register for the CBT because they're not even working. Where's the money to register for the CBT? But if you don't register for these, or the nursing, what's the name of this? The provisional, it becomes more difficult. The NMC becomes much more difficult for you to undertake your activities. So that's the advice I can give my nurses if they are already stuck in the UK.
Anana ya kachira no there ye nursing in Ghana na abekro yi mu no, according to lawyer no say akwenja wo homo once a sky or ya will limit no butum na epushi into baby a fine yourself no cut off fine yourself off no man ya wadwen there no ibegina wadamala, because you can move na etum a move from one session na etum that about one session. Question be or TikTok one now.
Can I use myself as a case?
Yeah, Ernest. Yeah, one of the best people that who follow page in the power.
Okay.
And that's I am not share I'm here.
Brilliant.
Yeah, no, I can then need to see that's it.
Thank you guys thank you everyone. So going back to the thing, if you are stuck, if you have that difficulties, like especially you are given 60 days or you are that particular thing, when you are giving an immigration advice, especially by a lawyer, obviously a lawyer should be the one giving you an advice, not any other person. When your options are limited, okay, in the country, when your options are limited and there is an opportunity to go back home and apply, I would advise that you follow that opportunity, because when you overstay, particularly for 3 months within this dispensation, your life is normally ruined. Well, it becomes very, very difficult. It becomes very, very difficult for you to, remain in the UK. Okay, and also.
So, but you are no Facebook. Why? Yes, well.
Also, if you have these difficulties, so for instance, you have people who are stuck. And because the employers, the 60-day elapsed, or they came on a visit visa, or they use any other category to enter the country, and then it's now elapsed. You always have to listen to the lawyer. Or normally, what I advise people is that please go to a lawyer, discuss your issues with them, because you can have a lot of alternatives available. A lot of alternatives. The fact is, whatever you see on the Home Office system, that's not all the laws in the UK.
No.
Yeah. So, once you limit yourself to that, or you ask your friend, what can we do about it? So there's nothing you can do. That's not the end of the matter. You have to seek legal advice and get all options properly explored. Then you can take, a decision. Okay? Because the worst you can do is stay illegal for over the period of time you are in the UK. That time around, you realize that you are losing your life, you're losing everything. The worst thing that could happen to a human being, particularly in the UK, is working with someone else's documents and for over 20 years. And then you've filed pension and other things on that person's documents, and then you have done nothing. By the time you get your leave to remain, on that 20-year leave to remain, you don't have any strength to go.
Well, you have been working all of your life.
And then you have been working all of your life.
The work is not benefited for you future.
Yeah, exactly. Nana wants to ask, what of a nurse who is on the dependent visa? Any person, where it doesn't matter what the nurse is, if it's a
category.
It doesn't matter the category. If you're a skilled worker nurse, you're a dependent nurse, you came as a wife or you came as a dependent on someone else, however you came to the country, you can still apply for the provisional PIN.
The NMC.
The NMC PIN. You apply for the provisional PIN and you can go through the process as I've shown you in the past conversation we had. And I believe that will be the best option to take when you are in the UK as a nurse or as a professional. And not just nurses, there are other categories. Someone came in as an accountant, is working as a care worker and stuff like that, and now wants to move to that particular category.
There is a way.
So there are always ways around these things. Okay, there are always ways around these things. So once you come in, we'll be able to help you and we'll be able to facilitate.
Ever we feed the share page, the nurse first of all can one many Japan because Yenuanum Bibi will book cream or the nurses now what the bar. Says our buyer care workers are. Or ye juma, but what professional one can say it train yourself when you jeho de ebayano, Mijid there say a quabi or Nessa to me follower on into the KCL for or your case court law war. And it's maybe all how will crew mono. We will abu at war. Even Pomuma you're lucky there, or your lawyer Nankasa, or the TikTok account that wallet at Clement Recon. Also, no Redo Busia or the Bobo Ghana for, or the Bobo Nigeria for, or the Bobo Cameroon for, or the Bobo West African countries. Into the year we know, here bad office. There, ma, or no, on franchise, your platform, the educational platform, I the Bobo Ghana for. Into the same one, what's the name show? Share, comment, like it, na platform no, on you. Na dom mosia adodo sabi obia nye adwumaye obia nye bibia Ghana botumpon wukrom obotumpon se wukrom wo yipata na wo UK wo wata na wo US a eda abadanfo isi kwan tenta ne hu bi ho ayi kura baba na sister akosia ne zeba bla atu obi ne zeba left ha ne ni nyina ye no fe into no pain so question be you now advice ibi so wa ya the bottom yedre in that the yama time but na questions na you try there nke ebe nya do ma wa ba life na wa ba ka wa asem but yegudi a ye kwi no yebo hu kwan a TikTok no guest babado a obi o ma oba share ni experience oba no niema ofem baby a we do ata ye advice na ye nyina ye hwehwe de enuanom a wo nyina no obi ano ho button ma e wo ka wo last so obi di bi abaga.
Good point. So these are some of the questions I face a lot as well. Sometimes people feel stuck in the UK and then they intend to say, okay, do you know what? Do you have any way to move to other countries like Canada, US and stuff like that? I mean, I get calls from Canada and US as well saying that, do you have any opportunity for me to move to the UK? I mean, yeah. But then, yeah, if you are here as a skilled worker or as a dependent, or you have leave to remain in the UK, okay, apart from as a visitor, you can apply to any other country that you want to, US, Canada, Australia, and stuff like that. The requirements are similar to the requirements in the UK. You have to show that you have enough amount of money in your account to sponsor your holiday or your trips, etc., etc., and you can move from there.
On the next week, never come out. Ubiquity Limited also on to move into Kwamponko, France. In the Watino Club for almost 5 years to Kwanko because you don't know where to start from.
Yeah. So with these things, especially if you're a skilled worker or you have any other immigration category and you want to move, say, visit these countries, Italy and other countries.
Canada, United
you can move to these countries. I mean, apply for their visit visas and stuff like that. If you're in such a need, you know, say, especially for Schengen visa and stuff like that, we can assist in that one as well. Say, we're a skilled worker. I mean, you want to explore what
Germany, Italy,
yeah,
or it's a dependent to grab
any category of visa. So for us, it's not. It's not. So for us, it's not a visit visa.
Okay.
You'll be able to move to any other country or visit any other country that you want to go to. So these are very key things that we can discuss and advise ourselves in. But I also entrench the position of the sponsor. Self-sponsor license, okay, or the self-sponsor visa, and then the innovator visa. A lot of people, from my perspective, the number of people who have applied for innovator visa that are, Asians, are about maybe 80% of it, 80 to 90% of people in the UK who have applied for innovator visa. I don't see most Africans applying. Because sometimes the mentality of innovator visa, is quite far-fetched. They believe that innovator, you have to create something that's not on the earth and stuff like that. But there are a lot of business-minded people in the UK, Ghanaians, Nigerians, Senegalese, very smart people, and they can operate business rationally in the UK. Okay, if you are such a kind of person, then I believe that you can apply for that innovator visa category, or you can sponsor yourself so that there are a lot of business people that came to the UK as skilled workers or even their partners, very, very business-minded people. If you believe that, okay, you have smart business ideas, you don't want to work in a warehouse or something like that, then you want to start your own business, you can get a sponsorship license for yourself as a dependent or as a main, and then operate your own business in the UK. Okay, it's easier than trying to get another sponsor to sponsor you and be paying. Sometimes you don't have any work and things like that. And if you want that particular visa type or opportunity, you can contact us at King's Court Law, and we'll be happy to assist you get your own sponsor license and sponsor yourself, or even sponsor people if they want to. Yeah, I think that's it. The answer. Yeah. So if you want to travel, if you want to move from UK to the US or things like that, you can also call and we'll be able to facilitate that particular process for you. But if you're moving them for work, It's a bit just like you move from Ghana to the UK. The same thing.
Same process, yeah.
The same process applies, especially for Canada. They operate a point-based system. Okay, just similar to what the UK operates. So you need an employer and things like that. What King's Court Law stands for, or what our partners stand for, is to make things so easy for our people to get information.
Okay.
So their life will be easy, you know. So similarly, if you are looking for other employer opportunities, as I said in the beginning of our discussion, that by next week we put a platform, we put a website there that will allow everyone to look for an employer in a specific category, okay, that they want to. So if you are an automobile person, you click on automobile to give you all the sponsorship license on automobile. Wherever you are, click on it and it give you all the license on that one. So it's going to be very educative and very informative. If you can, you go on our TikTok handle or Facebook handle, King's Court Law, and you follow us on that platforms. Then we'll be able to assist you and get all these things. Don't just follow alone. You can ask your friends to follow this particular platform, and then you'll be able to facilitate your response over on that particular on that platform. So so that's how it goes. For people who want to move, social dependents or even skilled workers who want to move from the skilled worker category to the self-sponsorship license category, someone is acting on the process. First of all, they need to be an established business. Okay, registered in the UK, with business bank accounts, business bank statements, and employer liability insurance, all the relevant things set up. Once you do that, you have to show business plan and financial projections of the business. That okay, my name is Kojo Mensah. I'm a skilled worker. Now I want to establish a restaurant, for instance, in the UK, or I want to establish a barbering shop in the UK. And this is what I want to do. I want to make sure that we give specialists whatever barbering by appointment or whatever things that it is. We anticipate that we grow from a one-person business or two-person business to maybe a six-person business and stuff like that. Our business structure will cost about maybe £20,000, including the rents of the shop and then the tools and materials we use and things like that. So you give your business plan, the financial progressions and everything. Then we apply for the sponsorship license for you. Then you get your license. Once you have the license, then you can sponsor yourself as the owner of the business. That's what you do. So if you are interested in that, you can consult us and then we'll be able to assist you with the business formation and everything throughout the time that we get a sponsorship license.
And you should tell you about your business.
A lot, yeah.
And you should tell you what you are grabbing you by another person fine or your business.
So there are a lot of opportunities. As I said, it's not limited to anything that we do. Like, okay, I have to
in office, Cassidy.
Yeah, you can start from home. It can be packaging. It can be anything that you want to do. It can be t-shirts.
Or the t-shirt in the one I print. I do.
All you need to do is to get a market base and stuff like. We can assist people, or our sister company can assist people. Okay, I have this business idea. How do I run it? Okay, this is the cost. This is the anticipated challenges you face. This is where you can get the funds from. This is where you can get office space or storage space. The UK government has actually given funds for people to establish business. Every council would have their own budget for startups. Okay, but most people don't know. And then for that matter, even migrants, if you're a migrant, you're still entitled to it. So far as you're establishing a business in the council has, for our council, which is the Northamptonshire Council, their budget is 1.5 million a year, 1.5 million pounds. Okay, for Northamptonshire. For any company that want to start up, So it means that if there are about 50 or 100 companies that are setting up, each of them will be entitled to maybe about £15,000 to set up a year, every year. That's the budget they give. But none of our Ghanaians would set up this company because they don't know. That's what we are here for, to advise people, to educate people, and ensure that people get whatever they desire.
We feel that about contact King's Court Law. It was on website. Oye paying other King's Court Law na ye kasa no. Send pe baby you oye Isaac Baba, professional Baba, Wellingborough Road. Your anchor to our Wellingborough Crum or Sawo Bisu no town to town. And Paco door to door. Say paraded in Yamako Ghana, Damon Crawford. You had a platform, the education platform. May ya in the church Ghana for our epede business, our apelaka for unu biba, our apelaka for our fast biba, our capella for we biba, our epede. Adibia offer immigration issue biano, or your King's Court Law, or lawyers a kukudama, woye ijuma, lawyers pa a fraua, day no, walla no, ibako online. Onchele ya yedi jumedi yedi bebe you know yebe mo pay the nature akwan order to na wa link na information ni nyina wo comment section wo Facebook one ma wotumi ba online wo Facebook oye your brother Enoch Edu yeda ase your brother Ernest kwekujum all than de biara yenye wa brother Dennis wo fa ba akopɛ yeso yeda ase Nana Bonso, me get the question no lawyer ano damo address no lawyer iboya or the address no or the botudwa me here we immigration issue ana de bia makacha we say fiti John no menyi na abredo no what's heaven okon enyimpi fiti Kwame Nkrumah ni independence no UK eso wadi enyibiri na wada ba eba so oyan krata asam na nkrata asam so no nintumo mko bebi ala chisa King's Court Law wona wudi mu akote wo office na enyibiri ye we ya ba yinda de yeje nyim yenya bere ya da amamo oni ntire ye de bia ya kache ode share page no ma obinye bi nhwe ye wo care workers bebre ye wo COS bebre ye wo woma wonye immigration nsam bebre e wo kroyim na so aya nyipa bebre no wo pe nzama o yesro da asam boto wo immigration won ne bo hu de sana lawyer hu hia o pay wo last word na for which akwan na wa address na wo normal o TikTok account o Facebook account na a domain face one follow or TikTok no one send no message na me da was we message na by prior.
Okay, Biasi. So the address, we have two offices in Northampton. One of them is in Brackmills. If you go on our website www.kingscourtlaw.com, you'll be
www.kingscourtlaw.com.
So once you type that, you'll be able to see our locations in Northampton, Brackmills, or Morton Park, Northampton. You'll be able to also book an appointment on the same platform, www.kingscourtlaw.com. And if you can, on the website, click on book a consultation, then you'll be able to contact us. And then you don't need to come to our office. You can contact us on Zoom, Teams, even normal telephone call, etc. So once you book an appointment, we'll be able to assist you with every immigration matter that you need, or even employment law matter that you are facing in the UK. My handle on Facebook is Clement Rekun. My handle on TikTok is Clement.Rekun. And you can also go to the firm's handle at King's Court Law on TikTok. And once you're on